Hi, I'm Joe Crabtree, and in this short video I want to show you what I call GPS for drummers, and this is something that's going to allow you to play things more easily and faster. So here's the metaphor. We're all used to driving with GPS these days, so you've got your little unit that tells you that there's a left turn coming up in, say, 50 yards. Now I want you to imagine that this GPS doesn't have a moving map on it, and it doesn't tell you to turn until you actually hit the turn. So you're driving along and it goes, turn left, right? So if you're going at 30 or 40 miles an hour, you're going to miss that turn. There's no way you're going to make it. So in order to make the turn, when it tells you, you're going to have to drive really slowly, and then it says turn left and you turn. Normal GPS systems don't do that. They tell you you have a turn coming up in 50 yards, which allows you to slow down and indicate and then make the turn. And even though you're having to slow down to make the turn, the fact that you were warned about it means that you can do the rest of the journey a lot more quickly. Okay, so what has that got to do with drumming? Well, if you haven't heard of the different stroke types, tap strokes, up strokes, down strokes, and full strokes, they are essentially the GPS for drummers that allows you to play things more efficiently and faster. In order to utilize these strokes, you need to know what note is coming next. So let's say you have a paradiddle, okay? And usually when we play a paradiddle, we accent the first note of each group of four. So we'll play right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now, the version of the GPS that just tells you to turn when the turn is right by you is the equivalent of going, okay, I've got to play an accented right stroke, so I'm going to go like that, and then I have to play a quiet left stroke, and then a quiet right stroke, accented left, quiet right, quiet left. So basically, your hands are just staying here until you tell them what to do. Now, if I try and speed this up, it's going to look like this. That's about as fast as I can get it, because this is how a beginner learns a paradiddle, one note at a time, focusing on the note that they're actually playing. And what we want to do is be prepared for the note that's coming next, and what we need to know is how loud it is and which drum it's on. That's essentially all we need to know. With the paradiddle, if I write it out on the screen, you have an accented right followed by a quiet left and two quiet right notes, and then an accented left followed by a quiet right and two quiet left notes. And what we're interested in is the note that's coming up next for that hand. So when we play that first accented right, we know that the next right that's going to come up is a quiet one, and we play a downstroke, which means you start up here and you end down there. So you're basically now prepared to play a quiet stroke. If you played it like this, then before you get to that next stroke, you're going to have to bring the stick down, otherwise you'll end up with a loud note. So we play a downstroke for anything that's an accent, and it's going to be followed by a quiet note. So we play downstroke. Okay, now we've got this left, and this is a quiet left note, so with your bad GPS, you would just play it and then wait until the next note comes around. But we can look and see that that next note is going to be an accent. So instead of playing a tap, which is where you start low and end low, we're going to play an upstroke, which means we start low, but we end high. And so we're bringing this up nice and early so that when that next left-hand accent comes around, we're already prepared for it. So this gives us a lot of time to get ready for that note, which is like being aware that there's a turn coming up in 50 yards. So that's essentially how you figure out which stroke to use. From down, which is an accent followed by a quiet note, up, which is a quiet note followed by an accent, so we're ready for the accent. Full stroke, which is a loud note, ready for another loud note, so you play and you come right back out. And a tap, which is a quiet note followed by another quiet note. So you can basically take any rudiment that's written, with right and left strokes and accents, and you can just go through and figure out which stroke you need to use for each of those. Or if you have Polynome, I added a new feature to the latest version of Polynome where you can write in the rudiment and you can write in the accents, and it will automatically create a stroke guide for you and write in the down, up, tap, and full strokes. And there's even voice prompting so that it will tell you what strokes you need to play. Down, up, tap, down, up, tap, tap. But you can just do it on a piece of paper. It's very easy. And then basically, when you want to speed up the paradiddle now, you're prepared for those strokes. So you play your down stroke, and then your up stroke, and then a tap stroke, and a tap stroke. And then you're ready to repeat. Down, up, tap, tap, down, up, tap, tap, down. So look how much time I've got with this single up stroke to get ready for the accent. So this is easy to speed up, and it's nice and smooth because your hands are always in the right place. So you see how smooth it looks, and the accents just take care of themselves. So it's easy to get it up to a faster speed that way, whereas the old way, it's really hard. You can see it looks difficult. So that's basically what I'm calling GPS for drummers, and it's understanding down, tap, up, and full strokes, how to figure out what strokes to use within an accented pattern, and how to work on that pattern and practice it using those strokes. So I hope you find this useful. You'll find more information about this at my website, joecrabtree.com/GPS. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another lesson.